It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC West. It's the Rams and the Cardinals on Monday Night Prime Time.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams.
Brandon Gaudin alongside the one and only Charles Davis. And CD, lots of compelling storylines in a game like this. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for these two offenses.
And I'm glad you brought up the numbers because sometimes it's hard to quantify a team's performance solely by judging the numbers. But I think with these two teams, what you see is a pretty accurate representation of who they are.
Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Rams taking the field, ready for their first offensive series, and led out by their new starter for 2021 in his now 13th season in the National Football League, Matthew Stafford.
And what big news it was back in January when news leaked out that Matthew Stafford was leaving Detroit and heading out west to join the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are hoping he's the missing piece to the puzzle as they seek a Super Bowl title. Over 45,000 yards passing as a Lion, but not a single playoff victory in his entire tenure. The Rams general manager has said he can envision Stafford staying 5 to 8 years, which would take him into his 40s.
Henderson, a first down and more.
And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Oh, some strong running, and he's going to get this inside the 30.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, Henderson. And out of bounds right around the 20. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up first and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Now a handoff. Henderson. They give him 2 yards officially, and now will be 3rd and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Buying time, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Matthew Stafford. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Isabella not going to risk a return here. They'll start at the 25. Arizona Cardinals offense coming out here for the first time, and you get a peek at Kyler Murray, the dangerous offensive weapon now in his 3rd season in the National Football League.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you've got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. Touchdown, Cardinals! A.J. Green, 75 yards. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The LA offense taking the field again. Winners on the road, they were in Week 2 defeating Indy 27-24. And they're now 2-0 for the 4th straight season. Cooper Kupp had a big game against the Colts, 9 catches, a couple of touchdowns, 163 yards. But ultimately, CD, this defense was really the story in this one.
It was, but let's start with the Rams being 2-0 for the 4th straight season. How do they do it? Because they play none of their starters in the preseason. They haven't done so since Sean McVay took over. And we always debate about whether you should play guys or not. The Rams are doing something right in preparation. But defensively, boy, did they step up. They held Indy to 1 for 4 in the red zone. Forced a turnover on downs after a 1st and goal from the 1 on the Colts' opening drive. And later intercepted Carson Wentz on a 3rd and goal from the 3.
That's a fierce defense. They were #1 in the league last year. They're still terrific. And Darrell Henderson, the running back, he did leave the game in the fourth quarter with a rib injury and didn't return. So this Rams team, though, overall, I like what I'm seeing from them.
Big win week 3, playing host to the defending champs, Tom Brady, and the Tampa Bay Bucks will come to town.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Deep for the Cardinals, Christian Kirk. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cardinals heading back out here. We'll see their offense again. They are 2-0 on the young season. Had the dominant win at Tennessee in the opener. Week 2, different story. A much more even affair, but in the end, bottom line, a missed field goal at the gun gave the Cards a 34-33 victory over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. So the Cardinals, one of 3 NFC West teams right now at 2-0, with the other, Seattle, right there at 1-1. Should be a very competitive division. Now you look ahead for Arizona. They'll play 3 of the next 4 on the road, starting week 3 at Jacksonville. After that, 2 division games at SoFi Stadium to play the Rams, and then back home for the 49ers.
And Brandon, how about the Arizona Cardinals welcoming back Patrick Peterson, one of their all-time greats? He's in a new city wearing a new number, but didn't come away with the victory. The Cardinals spoiled his return.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Now Murray again. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Murray to Moore, first down, Arizona. Murray now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Past the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Murray going to throw. Flushed, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, as the first half is winding down, and the Cardinals have taken the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point good by Prater, and that makes the score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away from the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to air one out, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. It got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. It was a terrific first half from the former #1 overall pick, Kyler Murray. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams, and they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, will they stick with it, or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And this will be a touchback, no return from Isabella. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Now a dump off here complete, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try?
And he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Michel. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Look at this, a tight end carry. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The football going back over to Arizona now. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Murray. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The football going back to the Rams now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. Oh, Connor loses it.
And the Rams have got it back.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game, but they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, 32 yards.
And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Isabella not going to risk a return here. They'll start at the 25.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for.
And it's 2nd down.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game.
On the slant, complete to Hopkins.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. They'll go back to Henderson on first down. And shedding a man at the 40. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Looking for Woods that time. That'll bring up second down. Now Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Henderson. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Henderson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. The Cards going nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Gay's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down 17-14, a little over 30 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw, Murray.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And he will manage to get out of bounds here with the first down as they stop it with 27 seconds.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. And now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
That is caught. It's Williams. Williams loses the football. 10 seconds to go. To throw is Murray.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And 2nd down.
Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, That's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they will play it safe here and bring this one out to the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. The situation is simple. It is sudden death from here on out. We had 2 stops defensively. The next score, whatever it is, wins this game.
And I can't wait to see how the defense decides to play this, because knowing that the next point you give up lose the game for you, I expect them to be more aggressive, not just play a normal situational defense, but go after them, attack them a little bit, because otherwise the offense is just trying to find their way to get downfield and kick a field goal. Don't sit back and wait for them to make their plays. I think the defense needs to go after them.
Charles Davis says maybe they go aggressive. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 156 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. It's Henderson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. 3 yards remain for second down. From the gun, a give to Henderson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Calling no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. First throw in overtime for Stafford. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Henderson going to run for it. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.